Hello, dear fashion bosses. How are you doing today? Always a delight for me to come before you to impact one or two knowledge. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be learning how to make this shirt dress with the collar and then a front zippers. Okay, this was actually based on popular demands. Okay, some guys said they find it difficult to fix a zip, on shirts. Okay, the front parts of the shirt that has collar and all of those. So I just had to put this together. So we are learning how to make this shirt, okay, with the front zip and collar, and then learn how to attach this pattern, this part that looks like a sweetheart, to it and all of that, okay. So these are words we are going to be learning. The shirt has a pocket also learning in today's class. So if this is what you want to learn how to make, stay to the end of the video and do not forget to subscribe, okay? My name still remains Faith Abraham, Creative Director of Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. So this is the cutting table. I'm starting by rolling out my starting line, okay, like it is our regular practice. So the starting line is where all the measurements will be starting from. So I'm taking my bust point measurement right about now, extending it to the other side, okay. So we are just doing our horizontal measurements right now, taking our under bust and our waistline, okay. We're going to take our waistline and then take our hip points, okay. So all of the points are what we are just trying to put in place right now. All of the points, your bust point, your under bust point, your waistline, okay, your shoulder to hips, which is your hip point, and then the length of the shirt. Okay, I'm sorry the camera didn't capture that part, but that is what we actually doing. They're measuring the length of the dress. Okay, so that's what we're doing basically. Okay, so you can see right now. So after taking all of those points, we are going to connect each of those points with a straight line. Okay, we're connecting the points together right now with a straight line. So I also know that this process is not very new to quite a number of us around here, but for the benefit of those who probably you know be watching this video for the first time, is the reason why we have to go through all the process. You know, just trying to confirm my measurements, the points, okay, before doing the line connection. So after connecting my line, guys, I'm going to go ahead right now to impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's what I'm doing right now. This is my armhole line, okay? Just trying to confirm my armhole line. And then I'm going to connect my armhole with a straight line, okay? So right about now, we want to take our neckline measurements, okay? So please do not forget, I'm cutting both the front and the back together. So the weight for the neckline is 3 inches. Okay, this is for the back right now is 1 inch, and then for the front is 3.5 inches. Okay, so I'm just connecting this points together, connecting for the back with a curve, and then also connecting for the front with a curve. Do not forget, I'm cutting both panels together at the same time, the front and then the back. Okay, so I've connected with a curve, so I'm coming down by 1 inch on my shoulder slope for my shoulder slope, and then I'm going to connect it to the neckline. Okay, so I divide my armhole line by 2, to get the midpoint, and then I come in by 0.5, to avoid or to eliminate excess fabric around the armhole area. So I'm just connecting to that zero point 0.5 and then connect my armhole with a curve. Okay, this is for the front, and then this is for the back. Okay, you don't do a you don't minus 0.5 for the back panel. So I've just gotten my front armhole and then my back armhole at the same time, guys. So right about now we are going to impute vertical measurements, okay, which is a circumferences. So I measure my circumference, my bust circumference, I divide it by 4 and then I impute it and then I added 3 inches allowance. Do not forget is a shift dress. So I added 3 inch for ease. In that 3 inch, we are going to our sewing allowance also is inclusive. So when you use one inch to sew, you'll be left with 2 inches seam allowance for ease. So guys, I just did that. Basically I impute my under bust measurements, I added 3 inch, my waist measurements, I added 3 inch, and then my hip measurement divided by 4, I added 3 inch, and whatever I have on my hip area, I also brought it down to the length, the hem of the dress. Okay, and I'm going to connect all of this measurements or marks together. Okay, so basically this is just almost like a basic body, guys. Okay, so nothing serious, nothing complex, nothing complicated. It's just a basic body. Okay, the difference is that we are adding 3 inches allowance to it for ease and for sewing. That's just the difference. Okay, and then maybe when we are going to impute the zippers in front and the collar, that's just different. But the basic frame is a basic body measurement. So if you've watched this video to this point and you've not subscribed, I want to please encourage you to subscribe right away. Okay, do not forget to tap on the bell. The bell enables you to get notification each time we drop new video. On this channel we drop sewing tutorials and headwear tutorials. Headwear like auto gele turban and the rest. Okay, so this is where I am cutting out my you know dress. Okay, so I cut out the back neckline first. Okay, and then I'm going to separate the pieces. I'm going to pull one out. So I just came down by 2 inches from my waistline. That's where the pocket is going to sit on. Okay, I came down by 2 inches from my waistline. Okay, that's the point where the pocket is going to sit on. So I pull this inner one out. The inner one represents the back panel. Okay, I'm just going to pull it out and then come back to cut the front armhole properly, like you can see me illustrate right now in this video. Okay, so I just pull out the inner one properly, which represents the back, and then we are going to work on the front panel. Okay, remember I said that we are going to have a pattern on it, like a patch. Okay, with another fabric, we are going to have zippers, in the front. There's going to be collar. Okay, so I just measure from, the top of the fabric down to 9 inches, okay, so that I can slit. This is where the zipper is going to sit on. What I use is 9 inches, okay, so I'm just going to slit this front part open right now, okay. So this is us slitting the front part open. That's where the zipper is going to sit on. Okay. After slitting, I just open the panel this way, like you can see me do. Right about now, we are going to create that patch I showed you, at the beginning. That's extra fabric. So this is going to stand as a pattern. Okay, so I just measure the half point of my armhole, the midpoint of the armhole. Sorry about that, it slipped. So I measure the midpoint of the arm, and then I'm just going to do a curvy connect connection into that midpoint where I measure, just like sweethearts, guys, when you are trying to get your sweetheart neck. So from the depth of the slit we have, I just connected it like this with a curve, okay, into that midpoint of the armhole. Okay, that's what I did. It's not difficult, to get that patch pattern. Okay, that's extra fabric. You can use any fabric for this. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it out. After cutting out, that partner is going to stand as our pattern paper, that our pattern that we are going to use to cut the fabric that we are going to replace back. You see how beautiful it's looking. So I use that piece right now, that yellow and black piece, to cut the fabric, adding 0.5 inch to this part. I didn't add to the other parts. Okay, so this is the fabric I want to infuse into that part where we cut. I'll just to give it some kind of touch. Okay, you see how well it is sitting. Okay, so it's not difficult, guys, something you can actually replicate. Okay, oh geez. So after placing it that way, I'm going to flip it over this way like you can see me do right now. And then I'm going to start pinning to enable me sew it, guys. Guys, make sure you pin, okay? Make sure you pin. Learn to pin. When you pin, it gives you accuracy, okay? So I'm just pinning and pinning. Okay, after pinning, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, guys. And then I'm going to sew it down. So I make sure I pinned it very well. Okay. So after pinning, you sew. And when you sew, this is what you should have. You see how well it is laying. Okay. Needed to adjust something around here. You see how well it is laying. And then make sure you iron properly. Okay. So we are done sewing that part. Right about now, we are going to use a facing to turn the slitted part in front. So I just have a piece of fabric here with me, no particular measurement, but I made sure that the piece of fabric is longer than, at least 2-3 inches longer than, where my slit got to. Hope you understood that. So if, for instance, your slit is 9 inches, I have about 11 inches, okay? And then the width we're looking for, width is about 9 inches, between 8 and 9 inches. Okay, so I just place it this way. Okay, like you can see me do, I just place it this way. Okay, as you can see me do right now, just trying to get a perfect placement. Okay, after placing, I'm going to pin it down, guys, so that it stays in place for me. Okay, but before I pin, so I'm just making sure that I pinned it down properly so it stays in place for me. Then after pinning, I'm going to flip it. You'll see me when I flip it, but I'm just pinning like you can see me do right now. Pinning and pinning. Make sure that everything stays in place for me, guys. Pin, learn to pin, okay? If you notice, I've been emphasizing that you pin where it is necessary. Pin, okay? It gives you accuracy, okay? So after pinning, you see me, I flipped it this way so that I can get the slitted view area facing me properly. This will enable me know where to sew on. Okay, so this is the main fabric, so it means that the facing fabric is under. Okay, so I just come to the end of my slit and I'm just going to sew a little there, and stitch it properly. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry if the light from the sewing machine is not enable you see properly. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Okay, so after stitching the down, I'm just going to turn it this way, and then I'm just going to sew straight using at about 0.35 inch to sew away from the slitted area. Okay, that's what I'm doing here, in case the light did not allow you see very well. is nothing serious. Okay, I'm just sewing on the slitted straight line using about 0.25 or 0.35, you know, inch to sew. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so have you subscribed yet? If you have not, please kindly do so. Kindly do so. Your subscription, your thumbs up, your like is just your own way of telling me that, hey, Fashion Boss, you are doing very well. Thank you for your dedication to this channel and to us. So I came back to the other side of the slate and I did the same thing, and then I'm just going to sew it down. Okay, so nothing serious. So I was telling us to subscribe. Okay, so a lot of us watch this channel and we are 99% of us are not subscribed. Is not fair, guys. If you are in that category, you are not being fair. Okay, you're not being fair. So after sewing, I just slit it open this way again. Okay, and then I'm going to notch. Okay, I'm going to notch. I'm notching. Okay, so that when I turn it inside out, okay, it will relax properly. So this is me, trying to turn, but before turning, I'm trying to take off my pins first. Okay, that's what I did there. Okay, so I just flip this way, like you can see me do right now. Flip it, taking in the facing piece. Okay, after doing that, I ironed it properly. So at this point now, we are going to fix our zip. Okay, so if you have gotten up to this point, you are good to go. So fixing of the zip is just the normal way we fix zip. Okay, nothing serious. So I just place my zip in between the slits. Okay, position my zip properly. Okay, just like the way we fix every other zip, and then I'm going to pin down. Okay, I'm going to pin down. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to pin down so that it stays in place, it's not moving. Okay, so make sure you pin when and where it is necessary. Okay, so you see I've pinned, you see I can move it and the zip is in place, and then I'll come down to the slit, to the end of the slit again. Okay, and that is where I'm going to start sewing from. My stitch around that area properly. Okay, and then I'm going to turn. Okay, and sew, on my fabric, holding the fabric down to the zippers. Okay, so that's it basically, and then I'm going to sew down. Okay, so I was saying that 99% of you guys, okay, watching this channel, you're not being fair. If you're not subscribed, you're not commenting, you're not giving a thumbs up, a like, you're not being fair. It means you're not appreciative. If you have an idea of what it takes to make a video, and I know that you get value from these videos, the least you can do is subscribe, like, share, comment. You're not being fair. I'm sure you guys are also business people and you are expecting people to appreciate you, you know, and appreciate the things that you do. Mm? Do unto others what you want to be done to you. Okay, appreciate this channel, like, share, subscribe, give a thumbs up. Your like, your share will enable other people to see. We make the video visible. I beg you in God's name, thank you as you do so. So I just went ahead. Okay, and I sew on my fabric, holding the fabric down to the zipper, just the way we arranged it, on a straight line. Nothing serious basically. Okay, just follow the tutorial video and you will get it right. Okay, so I just keep sewing till I get to the end of my zippers, which of course is the neck line area, and we are good to go, guys. We are good to go with the zippers. So we are done fixing our zip. As you can see right now, is looking all set and good to go. So the next thing we are going to do right now is to Bring the front and the back pieces together and join it along the shoulder area. Okay, that's the next thing to do. You place the front pieces the right side facing you, place the back pieces the right side facing the right side, and then you sew on your shoulder area. That is what I have done here. I went ahead to fix my sleeve, so you can fix any form of sleeve, to yours. Okay, sleeve is not part of the tutorial, that's why I didn't get to show that. I showed what is very important for this tutorial. I believe you can cut basic sleeve, fix any kind of sleeve. So I just fold bring my fabric this way, that this is the neck area. Okay, and then I'm going to measure the circumference of the neck. Right about now we are trying to you know make the collar for this shirt. So I just measure round about the neck circumference. Okay, and whatever I have, I'm going to use it to form my collar. So I have about 19 inches here. Okay, so whatever you have, okay, is what you are going to use to form your collar. So I have this straight piece already cut out, and then I went ahead to infuse my gum stay to it. Okay, so the width is measuring 3 inches on fold, so it means when you open it, it is 6 inches. So I try to get the midpoint of it. So the length of the fabric is the length of what you got from your neckline plus about 4 to 5 inches or 6 inches. Okay, that's what I did. So on this midpoint now we just marked out, I shared the neck circumference, what we got from the roundness of the neck. I shared it in total, and then I'm going to put one. So we got 19, so we are placing 9.5 on this part. Okay, and then 9.5 on this other part. Okay, hope you understand. Okay, so that's what we are doing right now. And then I'm going to connect the mark with a straight line. And then I'm going to come to either of the parts, where you have your road outline, and impute 2 inches. And then I'm going to connect from the top of the line, like you can see me do, down to that 2 inches. This is that angle point of your collar that points out. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same to this other part, and then I'm going to connect it with a slanted line. So basically guys, we are done with cutting of the collar drafting. So I added 0.5 inch to it for my seam allowance. Okay, so this is how to get a collar. Okay, one way of getting a collar. Okay, this is a collar without a stand. Okay, please note. So I just go ahead to cut, and then I'm going to sew on this part using a 0.5 inch, and then I'm going to turn it out, and then I'm going to fold in this parts, this side that is open. I'm going to fold it in with a 0.5 inch. Okay, like the way we usually do our band, where we attach to our skirts, our trousers, and all of that. I'm going to fold it in with a 0.5 because I lost that part of the video. After folding, I'm just going to sew it round the collar, the neck. Just add it, just where we add band. That is it, basically, nothing serious. And here we have, this is the collar. Okay, already standing. Okay, already standing. So guys, this is how to make a shirt with a front zippers. If you want to attach any kind of pattern, you already have an idea from what we did here. Okay, and a collar. Okay, so I went ahead, okay, and I joined my shirt, the side of the shirt together to close it up. Okay, so you close it up on one side, you close the other side up, and then you fold the M. You fold it this way, like you can see me illustrate, and your shirt is ready. See you guys in the next video. Bye.